Ida Betty Odinga, born Ida Anyango Oyo on August 24, 1950, is one of Kenya's most influential women, celebrated for her strength, resilience, and commitment to public service. Her journey from a small-town childhood to becoming the wife of one of Kenya's most prominent political figures and a national leader in her own right is a story of determination and courage. Ida was born at Kabarnet Hospital and raised in a modest family deeply rooted in discipline and hard work. Her parents, Nehemiah Oyo and Rosa Oyo, were passionate about education and service to others. Her father worked in the medical field as a medical assistant, while her mother, Rosa, trained as a nurse at King African Rifles Hospital, later known as King George Hospital and now Kenyatta National Hospital. Ida grew up as the fourth-born child in a family of 6 siblings. Tragedy struck when she was just 6 or 7 years old, as her father passed away, leaving her mother to raise the children single-handedly. Despite the challenges of being a single parent, Mama Rosa instilled in her children a strong sense of discipline, faith, and ambition, qualities that would later define Ida's character and achievements. Determined to make her family proud, Ida pursued education with passion. She attended Ogande Girls High School, where she excelled academically and developed leadership qualities that set her apart from her peers. Her excellent performance earned her a place at the University of Nairobi, where she studied education, arts, and majored in geography. Ida graduated in the early 1970s, becoming one of the few women of her generation to hold a university degree. It was during her time at the university that fate brought her into contact with a young engineering lecturer, Raila Odinga. Though she had once vowed never to marry a politician or lawyer, Raila's charm and dedication convinced her otherwise, especially after he introduced himself simply as an engineer. In September 1973, Ida married Raila Amolo Odinga, who would later become the Prime Minister of Kenya and a leading figure in the country's opposition politics. Their union has stood the test of time, weathering political storms, long imprisonment, and national upheavals. The couple was blessed with 4 children. 1, Fidel Odinga, their firstborn son, who tragically passed away in January 2015. 2, Rosemary Odinga, a public figure known for her enterprising ventures. 3, Raila Odinga Jr., who has been active in supporting his father's political work. And 4, Winnie Odinga, the youngest, who is also politically active and passionate about youth empowerment. Ida's role as a wife and mother was tested severely during the 1980s when Raila was detained multiple times for his political activities, especially after the 1982 attempted coup. During this period, she became the pillar of the family, raising the children alone, managing their education, and providing emotional strength despite facing harassment and intimidation from the government. At one point, she was evicted from her staff quarters at Kenya High School, where she worked, and was left homeless with her children. Her teaching career was abruptly terminated because of her association with Raila's political struggles. After graduating from university, Ida began her career as a teacher at Kenya High School, one of the country's most prestigious institutions for girls. She taught for over 20 years, shaping the minds of countless young women, some of whom went on to become influential leaders, including the late Governor Joyce Laboso. Ida's passion for education went beyond the classroom. She inspired students to dream big and believe in themselves. However, her teaching career was cut short when the government dismissed her due to Raila's opposition activities. This marked a turning point in her professional life. In 1991, Ida founded the League of Kenya Women Voters, an organization aimed at empowering women to participate in politics and governance. Through this platform, she mentored and trained women leaders across the country, giving them the skills and confidence to take up leadership roles. She served as a chairperson of the League until 2012, making it one of the most influential women's organizations in Kenya. Beyond politics, Ida became a champion of health causes, especially in maternal health, breast cancer awareness, and the fight against obstetric fistula. She has worked with organizations such as the White Ribbon Alliance, the Kenya Breast Health Organization, and the Freedom from Fistula Foundation, serving as a patron and advocate for women's health rights. In 2003, Ida transitioned into the corporate world when she became the managing director of East African Spectre Limited, a company founded by the Odinga family that manufactures liquefied petroleum gas, LPG cylinders. This role made her one of the first Kenyan women to lead a major industrial company, breaking gender barriers in the business sector. Like many public figures, Ida's journey has not been without controversy. In January 2022, she sparked national debate when she called for the regulation of churches to curb the rise of mushrooming churches led by untrained preachers. Her remarks angered many church leaders and faithful across the country. Realizing the uproar caused, Ida later apologized and retracted her statement, clarifying that she meant no disrespect to religious institutions. In March 2022, during a Catholic Women's Association prayer day in Meru, she was heckled by a section of the crowd. Local leaders later alleged that some individuals had been paid to disrupt the event, highlighting the tense political climate at the time. During Raila's detentions in the 1980s, Ida herself was subjected to harassment, evictions, and job loss, events that were politically motivated rather than controversies of her own making. In 2023, she openly criticized politician Felix Jalongo Aduar for what she termed betrayal of Raila's trust after he shifted allegiances to work with President William Ruto's administration. Ida Odinga's exact net worth remains undisclosed, though various reports have provided estimates. Some online sources estimate her personal net worth to be between $650,000 and $1.5 million USD. Largely attributed to her role as managing director of East African Spectre and other business interests. The Odinga family's total assets are estimated at approximately $2 billion, which include properties and businesses jointly owned with her husband, Raila Odinga. These figures are speculative and not officially confirmed, as the family has not publicly declared their wealth. Ida Odinga's life is a story of perseverance and leadership. From her humble beginnings in a small-town hospital to becoming a national symbol of women's empowerment, she has inspired generations of Kenyan women to break barriers and fight for equality. Her contributions to education, women's rights, healthcare advocacy, and political leadership have earned her numerous accolades, including the Elder of the Order of the Golden Heart, EGH, one of Kenya's highest civilian honors. Even amid controversy and personal loss, such as the untimely death of her eldest son, Fidel, Ida continues to stand tall as a voice for the voiceless and a champion of progress. She remains a key figure in Kenya's political and social landscape, embodying resilience and service to the nation.